Hi dears. When we talk about milestones in human history, some inventions stand out as symbols of progress. One such marvel is the Iron Bridge, located in Shropshire, England, which proudly spans the River Severn. Completed in 1779 and opened to the public in 1781, this bridge was the world's very first structure made entirely from cast iron, a groundbreaking achievement that changed architecture and engineering forever. The idea was born in the late 18th century, during the Industrial Revolution, when Britain was rapidly advancing in technology. The River Severn was one of the busiest waterways of that time, vital for transporting coal, iron, and other industrial goods. However, crossing it was difficult, ferries were unreliable, and wooden bridges were weak. A visionary local iron master named Abraham Darby III, grandson of the famous Abraham Darby I, who perfected the smelting of iron with coke instead of charcoal, decided to take on the challenge. He saw this as an opportunity not only to solve a transport problem but also to showcase the potential of cast iron as a building material. The original design was made by Thomas Farnolls Pritchard, a Shrewsbury-based architect. Pritchard suggested building a bridge made entirely of iron, something no one had ever dared to attempt. Sadly, he died in 1777, before construction began, but his bold vision lived on. After Pritchard's death, Abraham Darby III took over the project and became the driving force behind its construction. The construction of the Iron Bridge was an extraordinary engineering feat for its time. Here's how it happened. Material: around 378 tons of cast iron were used. The iron was produced at the Coalbrookdale foundry, owned by the Darby family. Design: the bridge consists of a single arch spanning 30.6 meters, 100 feet, across the River Severn. Assembly: surprisingly, the iron ribs and joints were assembled like a giant Meccano set. The pieces were cast separately and fitted together with dovetail and mortise joints, similar to carpentry but using metal instead of wood. Innovation: since no one had ever built an iron bridge before, the workers had no precedent to follow. They used traditional carpentry techniques, but in iron. Construction started in 1777 and was completed by 1779. 2 years later, in 1781, the bridge was officially opened for traffic. The total cost of building the Iron Bridge was about £6,000, an enormous sum in the 18th century. Much of this money came from Abraham Darby himself, who actually went into heavy debt to complete the project. The Iron Bridge was not just a local solution, it was a symbol of the Industrial Revolution. It proved that cast iron could be used for large structures, paving the way for modern engineering. It became a model for future bridges and buildings worldwide. Today, the Iron Bridge is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, designated in 1986. It still stands strong after more than 240 years, admired as both an engineering marvel and a piece